morning, everyone. Let's flip this around. Let's see. Good morning. How's everybody doing out there today? Good to have you on. Hi, Gina. Good to see you. Are you guys still in school out there? Teresa, you're on. Just wondered, today is the last day of school here in our area, and so I wondered if you're about ready to wrap it up as well. So, okay. Yes, still in school. Well, hopefully not too much longer. You'll be ready to do all the summer activities. So you have 1 week left. Okay. Well, Jenny's out on Thursday. I know she can't wait. So, okay, today we're going to be talking. We're going to continue our series on social media and how to get a handle on it. And today I'm going to share the calendar that I use, an exact way to get this done. I think you've just got to systemize things, and good to see you. TT Racer is on. Good to have you on today as well. Shelly, I saw that you joined on. I'm looking forward to having coffee with you in just a few minutes. So here we go. We're going to go live on Facebook here in just a minute. Let's see. Oh, I am so sorry. Here we go. And Gina's back. We are going to go live in just 3, 2, 1. Okay. Good morning, everyone. So glad you have joined me today. If you're a small business owner that struggles with how to get everything done in a day like I am, I think today will be a great episode for you. We're going to talk about just systemizing your social media, and we're going to be talking about this all week because I really want to break it down step by step by step for you. Good morning to you, Nicholas, as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you would type your name in all caps, let me know where you're from and what type of business you're in. I always like to go back and look at that later and see who we are talking to. It just helps me to serve you even better. So, every small business owner out there knows that they need to be on social media, but for many people, they simply don't know where to start. What is the very first step? Should they be on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, Periscope, Facebook Live, or one of the other dozens of platforms out there? So just where do you begin? What is that first step? So I think one of the most important places to start is with a schedule. How often should you post? What are the best times to post? Where should you put a post? What should you talk about? It's important that you choose a schedule that works for you and then stick to it. That is much better than if you start with 5 posts a day, then go down to 1 or 2, or even none. If content is king, then consistency is queen. So we're talking about systemizing. So today I'm going to share the system I use for social media, and of course, every business is going to be different, so you'll need to adjust this to fit your business. There just isn't a one-size-fits-all method, but I do think that this works pretty well, and I have several people using it. Nicholas, discount prescription card business. Okay, great to have you on here today. A system is something that is relatively simple, and it's something that I can pre-populate and schedule ahead of time. And so I want to run my business, not let my business run me. So where do we start? It's just, like I said, it's so hard to know where the starting point is. For me, social media marketing actually starts each week with my weekly email. That's where I start. I start with that, and then I repurpose as much of that content as I can throughout the week on social media. But we're going to talk about email another day. Today we're talking about social media. So for my business, and we have a retail boutique, and I plan on about 5 Facebook posts each day. And before you panic and think, oh my goodness, that's so many posts, what you need to know is that a Facebook post lasts about a nanosecond on Facebook anymore. And so you've got to have quite a bit of content out there in order to continue to be seen. I try to hit on lots of different categories with those posts. And I'm just going to go through them real quickly here. Number 1, a prime vendor. Hello from South Africa. Awesome. Great to have you. So number one, Prime Vendor. I try to shoot for 3 posts a week on my Prime vendors. And so for me, I'm going to use the example of Vera Bradley. That is a vendor that's important to our business, and I post 3 times a week from that. Number 2, seasonal products. Number 3, promotions and sales that you might be running. Number 4, new and noteworthy. Number 5, for us, fashion shots. Number 6, photos, live photos of our customers and our staff. Number 8, how-to videos. This can be on fashion, on makeup, depending on your audience, things that will interest your audience. Number 7, vendor videos. This is something I feel is underutilized by most everyone in our industry. I just don't see people grabbing vendors' videos either off of YouTube, or from the vendors' websites. Number 9, recipes. Our business is 95% women or even more, and I always have said that recipes seem to be the universal language of women, even if they don't cook. People just like to read recipes. Number 10, local events. And number 11, inspirational thoughts and quotes. And I could go on and on, but I'm going to keep it to that. Love your new fashion photos on print. Thank you, Gina. Thank you. We did put some new fashion photos on Pinterest. So, create a schedule and write it down. When I'm working on my schedule, I use a small notebook. Whoops. Let me grab it. With, there it is. I list 2 days on each page, and I list the post times down the left side of the page. For example, on Mondays, I might write down the hours of 8, 10, 12, 2, and then 8 p.m. On Tuesdays, I mix it up a little bit, and I'll start with 7:30, 9:30, 11:30, 1:30, and then 7:30. And here in the summertime, I might even post as late as 9:30 at night. I adjust these times seasonally because, like during daylight savings time, people are at ball games and things, so they're looking at their Facebooks later in the evening. Just because people are more occupied. Then I fill in my Prime vendor posts. For example, like I said, Vera Bradley is a Prime vendor for us. So I generally schedule a Vera post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. This also supports Vera's launch day, which is usually on Thursdays. So if you get in the habit of posting your Prime vendors across the weeks like that, you won't miss them. I've had times where I realized I've gone a month and I have not posted anything about Vera Bradley, which is one of our top vendors, and so that is not good. Another large category for our store is fashion, so I aim for at least 3 posts per week on fashion, and I do those, yes, you guessed it, I run those on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so there's a method to it. And we're going to talk about repurposing that content to Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter on another day, possibly tomorrow. Because yesterday, if you heard me, your homework was to go check out Canva for Work. And I hope that many of you did. Then, we need to keep it social. So after I fill in those main spots, I fill it in with what I consider to be social posts. Remember that one of the most important things about social media is to keep it social. And that's a mistake I see many, many business owners make, is they just fill it in with all product and promotions. And I've been guilty of that as well. So we try to post about recipes about 3 days a week. And many times that'll be my last post of the day. It's usually about 8 or 9 o'clock. People are unwinding and relaxing. Basically, I just want my store's name to show up in their news feed. I want to give them something valuable. It might be an inspirational quote. It might be, like I say, a recipe, a little how-to video. But I try to make it relevant to the day. So if it's freezing cold outside, I'll post a soup recipe. If it's going to be 100 degrees outside, I might post an icy cold smoothie recipe. So I want to keep it live. The next category is local. Keep it local. Another great way to keep it social is to post local events. How do you know that they see your post? You don't always know who sees your posts. That's why you've got to create content that is out there constantly throughout the day. That way you have the most chance to catch your customers on Facebook or on some of the other platforms. So I know many of you follow me on Facebook or follow our store on Facebook, and many times we will take a picture of our staff either having breakfast at our favorite little coffee shop, the Mustard Seed, which is just right down the street. What this does for us is it shows that we're real people. We sit around, we love to sit and have coffee and have great conversations, and it also gives another local business a little boost. Sometimes if we're there in the morning, we'll smell wonderful brownies baking, and I'll post something that, oh my goodness, you should go there for lunch and be sure to save room for a brownie, and then come and shop down at Adrian's. And so it's a way to keep it local. Next are sales and promotions. Usually I'll place these in the mornings, as our customers have to drive quite a while to get to our business, and I want to give them plenty of time to get here. So I will stagger these like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at about 8:30 a.m. and Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday about 10 a.m. And I know, trust me, this sounds easier than it is, because there is a system for it. So don't get overwhelmed here. Vendor videos and photos. Don't forget to use vendor videos and photos in your lineup of posts. The videos work really well for action type of items. I know I was on for a line called Fling Socks, and it's a toy that you can play outside with kids. And I found a video of 3rd and 4th graders out playing with these Fling Socks. And so that is just a really cool way to engage your audience. People love videos. Thank you, Devin, for sharing this with your followers. Okay, I also hound my vendors for access to videos. If they are using a TV at market, I definitely ask them for a link to their video, and I try to get it on there as often as possible. Another category I'm talking about today is new and noteworthy. What has just arrived? Take a picture of your back dock filled with boxes. And an even better post would be to have your receiving room staff in those photos. And a friend of ours, Carol Keplinger, did a great post of this a couple of years back when Vera Bradley had a big launch. She had a friend of hers who's a policeman come in, and she took pictures of him arresting and handcuffing one of her backroom girls because they had opened the box before the launch date. And I thought that was just a really great post. And as you can see, I can recall that even probably 3 years later. I thought that was just a great creative post. You can also take photos of customers and your staff. Now, we take photos of groups of ladies shopping in our store. They are having a great time. It might be a sisters group that's together, or some sort of a family group, or a sorority sisters, or just people that come in groups. Now, we don't stalk people and take pictures of them individually normally, because that would just be a little awkward. But when you have a group of ladies in that are just having a great time, we love to take a picture of them. Then I offer to email one of them in the group a photo, and then they can pass it out to everyone else in the group. But this way, we show people, our audience, that people are in here having fun in a live environment. We also take photos of our staff as they're creating a new display, or are making or serving gourmet goodies in our store. We are so blessed to have Sandy, who's a fabulous baker, on our team, and she's always baking up something delicious to serve to our guests. And so these kind of posts keep the conversation going, and don't ever discount the value of these non-salesy, non-selling types of posts. These are very important to your business. Then I'm going to talk about batching your work. When you start with an outline of what the most important posts for the week are, and then fill in from there, you'll find that your time is spent much more efficiently. If you followed me for very long, you know how committed I am to theming my work days and batching that work. So Tuesday is my email and social media day. So my focus is on getting at least 2 to 3 posts per day created for the next week. And I have to tell you that I work on these posts a long ways out. This last week I worked on Vera Bradley posts, and so I have them posted out through the end of June, 3 days a week. So batch your work. It works so much better. I also repurpose that content, and we're going to talk about that another day here this week, to places such as Instagram and Twitter or a blog post. And so I hope that you did your homework yesterday and that you checked out Canva for Work. I'm going to be having a free resource for you. I thought I would have it ready for today, but it's not quite ready. I want to tweak it a little bit. But I have created a form where basically you can print this out. I've created it 2 ways. One has the actual ideas of what to post every day at a certain time per day. I mean, it is just fill in the blanks. And then I also gave you a version, or will be giving you a version that is completely blank, but it has different times of the day and ideas of where you can put each of those posts. I really just want to help give you the tools to get this done. It's so important to the growth of our business to be out there in social media, and also to use our time very, very wisely. And so I think in the next day or 2 we'll be talking about different tools that you can use to make that happen. But one of them that I definitely use is Canva for Work. So if you weren't on yesterday, if you haven't done your homework yet, if you would just check out Canva for Work. Again, this is a paid product, but I think it's worth every single cent. I don't make anything off of it. Don't worry, I'm not trying to sell you something where I get any sort of a little $1 or something every time you use it. I don't. I just want to give you the tools that I think are the most efficient. Another tool that I use is called PageModo, and it's PageModo. Again, it's a paid product, but I think it's well worth it. So until tomorrow, I am so glad that you joined me today. I would love to see you over at remarkableretail.com. Thank you, Jill, I think is what it says. Great tips, Vicki. I hope that these are things that you can take and use in your business starting today. And I hope you'll join me here again tomorrow morning. Also, if you're not familiar with me, my name is Vicki Adrian. I forgot to introduce myself today, but my name is Vicki Adrian. I'm a longtime owner of a retail store. In fact, we've been here for 33 years. And but I also love to work with other retailers and small business owners to help them grow their businesses. And you can find the B2B side of me over at remarkableretailer.com. If you would like to schedule a coaching call, I do coaching for small business owners as well. And you can get a free 15-minute coaching session by just clicking the Work with Vicki tab. And I'll be glad to visit with you. In fact, I would look forward to it. So, until tomorrow morning, thank you so very much. I will look forward to seeing you. And hopefully by tomorrow, I'll have a great tool for you to use that you can just download. It's ready to go. I just didn't get the link figured out yet to get it to you efficiently. So, thank you. I will see you again tomorrow morning. For those of you that joined here at the very end, please go back and hit the replay. We've got some really good tools in this session today to help systemize your social media marketing so that you're not spending all your time working on it, but that you're doing it the most efficient way possible. Thank you again. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.